y'all, and welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be doing the end of month flip for my Mulberry A6 agenda. We're also going to update this agenda in this video. I think that's something that I might just start doing in these flips, is I'll do the flip and then we'll update it for the next month on like layout if there's things that I want to change. So let's go ahead and jump right in. There are going to be things that I want to change in here, and I'll go over changes that I've made as well as what I intend to do. And that also goes with the overall theme. I like to do these flips to go over like what worked, what didn't work, how, you know, the planner spreads like turned out. So yeah, let's go ahead, jump right in. So this is my reference planner. At one point during the month, I was trying to use it as my weekly planner, just because I felt like it'd be like a great on the go planner because it can fit in any bag. And then I was trying to like go down to just 3 planners. So I ended up removing my medium ring agenda from my lineup for right now. It's still set up. I just am not active. It's not like in my active rotation. And I'll go into that in the updated planner system video for the month. But as you all know, inserts come and go, planners come and go. And I really just, it's all based on what's going on and what I need and like how active I am, what's, you know, essentially like what my like calendar and schedule looks like. And so that's why I do have these end of month flips. It's really just to kind of go over those. And hopefully it helps others who, you know, things change and your planning probably needs to change as well with that. So let's go ahead and open this up. So up front, we have this dashboard set from Cloth and Paper, as well as the, I always forget the name of these and they're my favorite. The Front Row Collection tab dividers from Cloth and Paper. These are also in my A5. I just love them so much. If I love something, I'll get it in every color. I'll get it for every planner, right? And so this is also the cover for my half letter. And then I have this in my A5 now, I believe. But I love the combinations. And then like each planner, I like use the same items. If I do use the same items, I use them in different ways. And so that's also something that I also really like. But we have my 3 sections. And so this first section is my inbox and outbox. So with that, the inbox has my overall inbox. So this is anything coming in. Again, this is my reference planner. So this is more long-term-ish in a way type of things that I need to do. So or things that just need to get done, like real ID appointment. Oh, I actually scheduled that, so we can actually mark that off because I have to travel soon and I need a real ID. So, you know, different things like that, things that need to get done. Like I need a passport. I haven't had a passport since I was a minor. Updating my budget, which I didn't do, listings, different just random things that come up. And then it's just a long list of things that I just ultimately need to plan. And so we have that. And then my outbox is, I have the in progress with the Kanban dashboards. So this is just ultimately all of those things starting to get planned in all of my planners. And so I have this in here so my page flags can come in and I can put in the priorities of what I'm working on. And I can also just throw in sticky notes in here as well. I have my year at a glance dashboard paired with this mountain dashboard from Infinite Lotus, which I absolutely love. But I just really like this combo. And again, it's just my reference for what's going on through the year, because this is ultimately my, like, again, long-term planning. So these are the holidays and observances list from Cloth and Paper. These came with the weekly inserts that I had. And then I just kept that in here. And then I have the pull out 2025 year at a glance in this planner. And this is where all of the plans come in, right? So this is all of the appointments, all the birthdays, all of the travel. And I really like this view. I'm going to continue to get these pop outs if they continue to make them for this planner, because I think for me this is perfect in this planner because it's compact and then I have everything that I need in here. So we have that. And then I have the weekly, these are the Gantt chart inserts that I was going to use for habits. I think I'm going to move this though. I just put them in here now because it made the most sense. But let's actually remove these now. Again, I haven't used them. So this is something that I wanted to start using, but didn't. And I think I have an idea of where I want to put them. So we'll keep those to the side. But that is the first section. So this part hasn't changed. This is like the part that I feel like won't change, knock on wood, because it makes the most sense to me and it works the best. So that's like the only thing in this planner that hasn't been rearranged. And the second tab has changed. So right now I have the meeting and notes vellum from Cloth and Paper in here, the Michelle Obama quote card. This came with the weekly task inserts. And then the July calendar overview. Again, this wasn't changed, so it was primarily used for reference. And then this is where I wanted to use my weekly inserts in here, and I don't know, I think it was not enough space, which is strange for me to say, and they're undated, so I can go in and out of them, right? I did like this combo though, so I had my week on one page with these category-based inserts. These are the block planner inserts from Cloth and Paper that I was using for wellness, but I think I'm gonna move this into my A5, and if you saw my A5 flip, I mentioned that. So similar layout slash style, but this is just tracking all health and wellness items. And then this was supposed to be a weekly schedule overview. I just feel like there wasn't enough space, which again, weird for me. And so I have a similar style insert to this in my A5. And when I moved back into these, that's ultimately what made me decide, oh, I should probably just use the larger version of my A5 because I felt like this wasn't enough. And it just wasn't, I feel like, gonna work. So I'm gonna remove these from this, but I wanted to show y'all how it worked. Here's this current week, and this is the current week that I'm filming. I'm halfway through the week and I haven't used them, and that's to me a sign that it's not working. Meanwhile, I just moved into the A5 and I've been using those, and I think just because of the space. I don't know, I don't like that the Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday isn't in the same spot as like the right, like it's to the right, which it makes sense, but I don't know. Just something about it kind of just threw me off when I was like planning with the stickers, because I like to have I'm very visual, and so placement for me is very important, which is also why I like structure. I like lists, I like lines, and so when it's unlined, that already kind of makes me nervous. But if I can't put things in the same spot, I don't know, it throws me off. And so I felt like I couldn't do that in a way. I don't know, it was weird. I don't think they're gonna work, so I'm gonna remove these. Although I did like it, and I thought this was like a great combo, it just didn't work. So I'll be taking those out with you guys. And then I have the monthly inserts. I think I'm just gonna take out all of this because I'm not gonna use it. But I just kind of preset it up, but it's not gonna work. So we're gonna take all that out, but this was the weekly overview slash insert. So this is, I went from my medium ring having my weekly inserts to trying to put them in here. It didn't work. We're gonna take it out. Let's do that now before I forget. And I think what we'll ultimately do right now is just keep my like project, so like these inserts in here, and keep this for like habits, so that way it's still somewhat calendar based because I have my dates. But again, we'll see how it works out. But for now, this is what I'm thinking of, just having this in here, and then we'll go from there. We might move other things around, but that's what was working, or that's what was being used but didn't work. So that is this. And then the last section is really the main reason why I'm in this planner and where I spend the most time in the planner, because this is all of my list, tasks, and to-dos, right? So this is, like I said, my reference planner. And so all of my notes, my lists are in here. And so this first tab has the primary inserts in here. So I have my order tracker. I updated these so that way they now include what I ordered, because I ordered from the same places, and when there's like 3 Cloth and Paper, 3 Lululemon inserts, right? It's really hard for orders. It's hard for me to decipher which one's which. And so I saw, and let me make sure I quote the right person. So the Love Lux Plan did this, and I shared it on Instagram too, but I like giving credit where credit's due. But she's been doing this on her feed, and it made me want to try it out. And it honestly is probably the best thing that could happen with these inserts, especially since you get so many of the inserts. But that way I also know too what I'm buying, and it helps because I also have my this is like a hiking list, but I have my list of things that I want to buy, get. I've mentioned on Instagram and on here that I'm like updating my wardrobe. I also have like my wish list for like planner inserts and stuff that I think I ended up removing but need to bring back in. So that also helps me like reference, right, when I purchase something, so that way if it's on here, I know I can cross it off here. Or if I forget to cross it off here, I can double check to make sure that I did get it, right? And like it can be a checks and balances system. So I'm really excited to have this in here, and it's working great. But there's the order trackers, like I said, a hiking list. This is kind of like items that I want to get what I'm like trying to get for my closet, blah, blah. And then just general note inserts. And then I have, so these are the single column, the double column, and then the master list from Infinite Lotus. Her note inserts are just my favorite, and I like having the variety, so I just have 2 of each, like spare one in here. So we have that. And then the next section, I have this Volante dashboard from Cloth and Paper. And then I'm trying to determine where to put my finance section. So I have a setup in my half letter that wasn't working, and so just put these in here just to try them. We'll see. I could also probably just make this a finance section, actually, now that I think about it. And then this could be in here. We'll leave it like this for now, but I might just make this a finance section, and that's just because I haven't ultimately decided what to do. So right now this is just all my expenses, just inserts that I'm deciding where I want to put this. So if I do use this, I'll end up probably making this the finance tab, and then I'll move the project task inserts, or what are they called? The Gantt chart inserts in here. But for now, I have these in here just in case I want to do them. So it's kind of like a pre-setup. And then the last tab is just my notes. So I have these inserts from Infinite Lotus. Again, these are some of my favorite note inserts as well because they're so versatile. I've used these for content planning. Oh, I could also make this a content section. I think we're gonna make this a content section because that actually would help me with staying organized with content, since I feel like I've been getting better at it. Y'all let me know, but I'm trying to like be more consistent again. I feel like I'm finally at a space where that can happen, and so I've also just, it's been really nice to do that, and just being able to have that. But yeah, let's put this in. And then I can also do, I can use the monthlies still from Cloth and Paper. And this can be where I like plan out the actual content. Not like plan out, well, plan out, but also like highlight like what's going out and when. So yeah, let's do that. So that's gonna be the new updated section. That was literally the last tab also. Sorry, I'm all over the place today, guys. But this is just like the miscellaneous section / note section. So this is just note inserts from Infinite Lotus. And then I have this freebie from My Paper Co, which I love, and I'm keeping in here as a back. I have this also from My Paper Co to like store sticky notes, stickers, whatever I need back here. Right now there's nothing in it. And then a page lifter, I believe also from My Paper Co. So no, this is from Cloth and Paper because it's with the, it came with the set. So using that back part as a page lifter. Okay, so that is everything in this planner and the new update. So yeah, this is gonna be my content section. We'll try it out, we'll see how it works. I could also just probably use this for finance too if I wanna go that route ultimately still, but I like the idea of using this for content. I feel like that will make sense, and I feel like that'll work. So we're gonna try it out, we'll see how it goes. I'll let y'all know in the next end of month flip, and then we'll move this back. Let's put it back in the outbox. I feel like that makes the most sense since it's like general and not specific. Or yeah, let's do that. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. But yeah, other than that, that is end of month flip, updates, what worked, what didn't, and then how it's set up ultimately for now for the next month. And then that is going to be it for this video. If y'all have any questions, please feel free to let me know. I'll have everything linked that I can link below, as well as my discount codes. I don't think I mentioned them in this video yet. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching.